Hello everyone. This is the last part of finding images in magazines and publications. I'm going to keep this pretty short. Um, I do like to tear out the pages of magazines as I am finding things. It helps me to focus more on what's on the page after I get it out of the magazine. But if you wanted to, when you're harvesting your magazine, to really just look at each page and sort the images in where you need them, when you want them, that is, if that's going to save you time, I recommend saving time. For me, I don't have enough room for all my baskets and all my little bins around me when I'm harvesting a magazine. I wouldn't be able to walk because I'm harvesting and I'm putting things in a lot of different places. I've talked about how I organize stuff. I organize my words are together, but I don't really organize the words themselves. Any words, um, they go all together. I've got a couple of boxes full of that. I do separate the itsy bitsy tiny little images for inchies and things like that. Those little things that are going to get lost really easy. I've got these tins. I've got quite a few of them, and I keep them everywhere. When I come across something really small, I can just put them in here and not lose the itsy bitsy little things. I sort mostly by size. Itsy bitsy little bits. I sort my fussy cut images, large images like for a napkin journal together, and then medium size um, go in a basket by themselves. So I don't really sort by what the object or the figure is too much when it comes to collage things. I do separate figures, things that I want to use for heads. I want to be able to find those kinds of things right away when I have an idea. Oh, I want a figure on this page. I'm going to go to where I've got figures and pick something out. I do separate glue book images out, and I consider things that are square like this when I'm using the entire image. Um, Instead of just fussy cutting around an object or something. This is more of a glue book image for me, and I put those all together, small ones together, larger ones together. But other than that, I don't really separate things out very much unless I am really looking for a certain something for my scavenger hunt book. Windows, I'm looking for windows, I'm looking for eyes, I'm looking for a few things, but that's the only time I really separate things out. So, just quickly, I'll just go through a couple of pages and show you my basic process for going through all the pages that I tore out of the magazine. Now that I've got them all kind of arranged, my priority ones I have facing up, so I know this is what I wanted for this page. I don't have to spend time, deciding. And she's a figure. There's really nothing on the other side except this little horse head. So I don't want to keep the whole page because I've got a lot of pages that I'm saving for figures. It gets heavy. It takes up a lot of space. So I will put that in my figures and deal with it later. This horse head actually is on where the stool is, and I don't really want the stool, so I am going to cut out that little horse head because I think it's really cute. I'm going to put that in my figures. I've got a couple of boxes over here, and I'm going to pop that little tiny thing into the tiny bit here. Now, I can look and see if there's anything else on that page that I may want. There's a Lunar New Year with a little mouse on it. I hadn't seen that before. Once I get things off the page, oh, I just cut that, so I'm not going to save it now. Once you get things off the page, you can really take a look at what's left and figure it out. So I do separate things that I want to fussy cut. The bed here is one of those things I want to fussy cut. And I separate them out. I don't really fussy cut all at one time. It just takes too much time. I put them in a box or a basket. And when I'm sitting in front of the TV, I have a little bit of time, I will do fussy cutting. Um, I don't do it when I harvest the magazine. So nothing else on that page. So that's all I basically do is I have to make sure I know what I'm doing here. I might want to keep that spoon. And the spoon, holding it up to the light, the spoon is down here. So I have to choose whether I want the spoon or these matches. But I can have that little image. So I'm going to cut it from this side because I'm not cutting anything important from over here. And this will be a glue book image. So I will put that in my glue book basket or box or whatever I have. Organizing is difficult. Let me take that off. It just depends on what your priorities are when it comes to organizing. There's so many different ways to do it. All right, I've got a window here, and that is really not interfering with anything else. So I can save the window for a glue book page. I don't know whether I want the matches or the spoon. So I'm going to put that in my fussy cutting and deal with it later. Here's a figure. Nothing really on the other side that I want, so I'm just going to put that in the figures. Here's little fussy cut bits. Was there anything else on that page? Absolutely not. I can just put this whole page in the fussy cut bits. I will know what I'm looking for and not waste time cutting them out to cut them out again. The cookies are what I wanted. I might want this milk, but I think the milk is really too large. There's also a little farmhouse image there. And so let me get the cookies off of there, and then cookies go into my fussy cut bin. And then, none of that is really important to me, but this house is kind of cool. It's a little tiny image. Might fit on an inchy, so I will keep that. Look at the words. Really look at the pages before you throw them out. I come across a lot of stuff that I can use. I might want those cupcakes. I did cut into it a little bit. I might as well save them instead of throwing them away. And that's how I go about sorting out the pages at the end. I like having the pages done, torn out, so that I can really take a look at what is there and not really worry about missing something. I know that every single page that I have in my pile, there's something that I wanted to save. So I'm not evaluating and missing out on something else. I have my priorities for each page. I will cut those out. And this goes in my fussy cut bits. I will cut those out. And then, take a look at the remaining bits and see if there's anything that I might want. Love bites is kind of a cute little phrase. I'm going to keep that. I didn't see that before. When I start taking my priority things off of the page and I see what's left, other things suddenly appear. And I think that's why I like doing the pages. I love this image. I could probably use those too. So I am going to just fussy cut around. Well, not really fussy cut, just kind of take this image out. because that is the coolest image. And then I am going to look and see what I have left. There's a little half vase of some flowers. That might be kind of interesting to see a half vase, a half vase of flowers in a collage. It doesn't make any sense, but it might be pretty cool. This cup and this shoe are kind of interesting as well, so I will just cut those out. And there's nothing left on that page that I want. So that's what I'm going to do. I am just going to go through my pages, sort out my fussy cut images, my figures, my glue book pages, words, tiny images, and those images that I saved that I probably are not going to use, that I probably will give away, I have a box for those. So they get a home somewhere. So that is it. It's all about just taking a slow look at the page and seeing what is there, making sure you haven't lost something on the other side before you really choose what you want. Take a look at what is on the page. You will be amazed at the little details. Look at this hat and scarf hanging on the peg. Now that would be a cute little image somewhere. It could be fussy cut out. Um, so just look at all the little details. Look at your list. Remind yourself what you're looking for. So take it slow. Take your time. Um, if you don't have very many magazines, really, really take your time. Go through them once or twice before you throw them away. And that's all I have to say. Just keep looking. Keep training your eyes to see things that you might not have seen before. Let your mind wander a little bit. Some of those things that I was talking about, the Reynolds wrap, um, I have no idea what I would use that for. But it might be something really funny on a page. I have no idea. You know, let your mind wander. You may not know exactly what you want to use it for now, but it may have possibilities for something later. And if you don't use it in a couple years, find a different home for it. You can give your images away. Somebody else might think that that is the perfect thing for their page. So that's all I have to say. Make a list of what you're looking for. Take your time when you're looking through your magazines and publications. Just really scour the pictures. Look at ads, advertisements. They always have really good things. Look at packaging and logos for little tiny images. I love logos. Just take your time and really, really look. You will find those interesting images. You'd be surprised. So I hope you have fun hunting and gathering. It is one of my favorite things to do. Good luck finding those really cool images. Thanks for watching.